what's going on, everybody? What's going on? Hey, nice. Welcome to the conference call. Welcome to the BeeSafe Lawns dealer conference call. As you can tell, I'm a little punchy. Just did a online training this morning. Some of you guys are probably on it, which is cool. We've tried to do, like a shortened version of the live training. If any of you guys read that email yesterday, so we did a 2-hour version this morning, and then we're going to do a 2-hour version tomorrow too. So if anybody wants to jump on, that'd be cool. If you want to, I think the links were in the email I sent out yesterday. We did another really big, gigantic webinar on Friday about, well, it was a business one. I know lots of you guys were on that one too. That one was huge. We had like 100 people on that. And then for those of you who were on, you know how my computer crashed a little bit, which was kind of funny. Most of you, or several of you, found some humor in it. We've got lots of new dealers joining the network over the last couple of weeks. I don't even know how many, but as I scroll through the names of people who are on, I see several new names. So welcome, guys. Thanks for joining us today. Some old names, too. Some guys I haven't talked to. But so for those of you guys who are new, we do this every Tuesday. Today's Tuesday, yeah, every Tuesday at 3 o'clock we do a dealer conference call, talk about all kinds of cool lawn care crap, talk about whatever you want to talk about. In fact, some of you have already typed in some stuff that you want to talk about now, and type in as much as you want. This group is getting really, really big. Right now there's 38 people on the line, so when I do this, I often say I can't unmute anybody because it would just make the system explode with feedback and all that kind of stuff. So we've been talking about marketing for the last, since last November when we started doing the conference calls again. Most of it, everything that we're doing is about marketing. Things are getting really, really busy, which is really, really awesome. And I know most of you, or a lot of you, have started to put a lot of time, energy, and effort into launching your marketing campaign, getting ready. Some of you guys are on the lawns already down south, so that's good too. And lots of stuff going on, and we're always really happy to help you out with whatever we possibly can. Couple things before I get going. I've got a list of basically questions that have been emailed in over the last couple days that I haven't replied to. I just thought that it might make sense to open it up and try to reply to everybody, because a lot of times you guys are asking the same questions. You know what I mean? We're all in this together. We're all doing the same thing. You all have the same issues, the same challenges, the same, dare I say, problems. But they ain't really problems. They're issues. We've talked about adding, and Scott just typed this in too, we've talked about adding another session. I don't know if we want to call it office hours, but more of less of a me talking at you guys and more of an open sort of forum, maybe on Thursdays or something, where we just have a link like a conference call and we leave it open. Somebody is suggesting we call it a fireside chat. So let's call it a fireside chat. And Scott's saying with Cap and Tom. There used to be a show on when I was a kid in Boston, Captain Bob, and he would paint. It was for kids. He would just draw paintings. Anybody from like the Massachusetts area remember Captain Bob? Yes, of course you do. No, he wasn't a pedophile. So we're you would paint pictures, John, pictures of boats. So I'm thinking about adding another, like an open forum, where it's not that people are muted. It's you can kind of talk in and out, and we'll see. we'll see how that goes. I don't know if we'll do that or not yet. Maybe we'll try it, and if nobody shows up or it's not working, we'll stop it. But there's a lot going on. This is by far about to become, for most of us, the absolute busiest time of year. And the saying is, what's the saying? Stop yourself twice a day over the course of the day. And if what you're doing isn't directly related to you hitting your sales goal for the day of the week and the year, change what you're doing. Twice a day, stop and ask yourself, is what I'm doing helping me reach my sales goal right now? And if it isn't, do something different, because everything you should be doing right now is about hitting your sales goal, whether it's actually making sales or managing people who are making sales or that kind of deal. One topic that keeps coming up all over the place, and Christy, hey Christy, you're not the only one who's asking this question about Service Autopilot. Can anybody offer any other feedback from Service Autopilot as of recent? I know that many of you guys do use Service Autopilot. I keep referring people to use it, even though I've never actually used it specifically myself. I just like those guys, and I think they're smarter than most, and I get good feedback from most of you who do use it. I know that we had some issues with setup, and we had some issues with QuickBooks integration. I believe that all of those issues have been worked out. Is there anybody on the call today who can speak to that at all? Maybe type something in, or if you want, I can unmute you. Christy wants to, Christy Garrison, the famous Christy Garrison, wants to just ask me to ask you guys. And as I said, Christy's not the only one. It comes up all the time, because I'm always pounding on the desk about using a CRM. You need something. You can't fly blind anymore. If you're flying blind, you shall no longer fly blind. And I refer people to Service Autopilot because I like it. Hey, Christy, maybe do you have a specific concern with it? Is there something going on that's a challenge, or is it just trying to get feedback? I can't remember if you're actually using it or not. All right. Well, the defense rests. Not yet. Okay. Then in that case, Christy, I have nothing negative to report about Service Autopilot at the moment. In the past, yes, in the past, I did hear issues with it merging with QuickBooks, and I know, Justin White, what's up, Justin, is claiming that there are still integration issues with QuickBooks. I know it was a huge challenge for them, and when we had dinner with those guys down at GIE in November, and not just Jonathan, but a couple of his nerdy tech guys were telling us that they had worked out most of the issues. So that's if there is still an issue, that's an issue. Justin, Christy, I'm going to connect you guys. Okay, I'm going to send an email to the both of you. To Justin, perhaps you could talk to Christy about some of the QuickBook issues. Look at that. That's like the benefit of the network happening right before our very eyes. So I copied and pasted, cut and paste from a couple of emails that I just want to try to answer these right now. I'm looking to see if those guys who wrote these emails are on, and they're not. So they'll remain nameless for now. After I do this, I'm going to spend some time talking about my lawn quote, getting lots of, I find myself answering the same questions about that a lot too. So let's spend a little bit of time answering some of these questions, and then we'll move on to some more marketing stuff. This is literally cut and paste from a couple of different emails from people. And I will go ahead and just read them. Am I allowed to change the name of QuickGreen 1300 to BioGreen 1300 on my in-house product description sheets and or contracts? Yeah, legally no. You could on in-house collateral, but the reason you can't is because of product registrations. Every time we sell a product in a state, we have to register it with the Department of Agriculture. You want to talk about an operational challenge, but that's just the cost of doing business. So every product that we make and every product that we sell has to be registered with every state we sell it in. So in this particular state, some states are way harder than others. Some states are, it's like $25 and a signature and you're good. Some states you need to send in, studies and validation, and some of it's expensive. But the reason they do it is so, states do it is so that they can accept the fee for the registration. Then you have to report your sales, and in most states the users have to report usage. So it's all designed to match up. It would be against the law for you to change the name of a product from something that's different than what it's registered as. If you're just doing it on like sales collateral, like a brochure or something like that, and it's nothing official, I'm sure that it wouldn't be a huge deal. But on invoices and what you report, the answer is no. Number 2, on the due diligence site, the premium program has prices next to each application. I noticed that round 1 and round 2 appear to be the same applications. However, the prices are different. What are these prices? If this is our average price per cost per 1,000 square feet, why are the numbers different? I have no idea what that means. Scott, do you know what that means? Okay. The reason it's different with cost is the amount of growth activator Pro Plus that's being applied from rounds 1 to round 2 is 2 ounces per 1,000 square feet in round 1 and 4 ounces per 1,000 square feet in round 2. So that will affect the price. That makes sense? Thank you. Yes, it does. Don't forget the reason that growth activator Pro Plus is in there in various and increasing amounts is to deal with our crabgrass issue. So it will be in throughout the beginning part of the program and increase as we go. The first 2 applications in that northern and transition zone is the Quick Green 13. But the Quick Green 13 will sell out fast. And again, I've told you this before, it's not some sort of like scarcity marketing tactic. It's that we will only manufacture a certain amount because of the difficulty to get 2 specific amino acids. So we had to project what we would sell. I didn't want to make more of it than we were going to need because I didn't want to get stuck with it. And so the first 2 applications have the Quick Green 13 as the fertilizer. When it runs out for round 2, you'll switch to 702. Generally speaking, I know I've asked you this before, but generally speaking, if we're spraying 100,000 square feet, what's our average cost per 1,000 square feet? What are the numbers you suggest we make to yield profit? I believe Scott told me you should try to get, generally speaking, 3 to 1. Yeah, that's true. Generally speaking, 3 to 1, maybe even 4 to 1. 4 to 1 would be a perfect world combination for product. So let's just work this out real quick. Average cost per 1,000 square feet. That depends so much on the product. So generally speaking, and we seem to like to use the word generally speaking, if the cost is $2 per 1,000 square feet, in most cases it's a little bit more, some cases it's a little bit less, $2 per 1,000 square feet, use that as an average on a 100,000 square feet. So let's do it on a 10,000 square foot lawn. That's $20 in product for that particular application. If you're going to use the 25% rule, you would charge $80 per application. And that's a pretty good amount. If you're using $20 per $20 for product, and you're going to try to use the 25% rule, and I'd say I'd use that more than I would use the 3 to 1. It depends on your approach. The low and hard make money by volume, or the premium make money with margin. Everybody's different, but the math works like this. $2 per 1,000 square feet on a 10,000 square foot lawn, $20 worth of product, $80 for the application cost, and that's making some good money. What say me? That's what I say. Where do we go for reference guidance when it comes to calibrating our tank this spring? What's the optimum gallons per minute we should be looking for? I believe we spoke about this a few times, and you think by now I'd have this down pat. This is why I have, we're going to erase that because this is in confidence. This is why I have Harry this season. Once we mix the product, we're looking for gallon per minute or gallon per thousand. What do you recommend? 2 gallons per thousand, 2.5 gallons per thousand? I recommend 2 gallons per 1,000 square feet. Most of you are going to want to do 1.5 gallons per 1,000 square feet. The more water, the better. If you can spray at 2 gallons per 1,000 square feet, that's great. But in that case, a 200-gallon tank is only going to spray 100,000 square feet. If you're going to use 1.5 gallons per 1,000 square feet, you're going to be able to spray 133,000 square feet. And that's a little bit better. It's all about productivity. Good question, Christy. The Teaming with Microbes book says something about killing the bacteria if sprayed with too much pressure. Is that a concern? I think I remember reading that too in that book. That's when they're talking about making compost tea, which is much more, has much more instability. Like with compost tea, you're literally bringing things to life with Frankenstein type things. All microorganisms are microscopic and will have no problem, flying through any mesh screen. And even if the pressure is up high, it's unlikely that you'll have any impact on it. I think that in that case, they're talking about a very, very unstable compost tea. And even at that, you know what, I don't even know if I would agree with that. I'm no microbiologist, but I don't think that, shooting microorganisms through a pump will have any impact on their health. It's my opinion. Let me finish answering this. Where do we go for reference gallons? What is the optimal gallon? 1.5 gallons per 1,000 square feet. What's the mixed product we're looking for gallon per minute? Okay. Everybody's different, but you got to work it out on your own because you don't want to over or under apply the concentrate. If it were me, I'd be spraying 1.5 gallons per 1,000 square feet, which based on the way I walk and spray is 2 gallons per minute. So I'd mix the tank appropriately to get 133,000 square feet, right? So if it's 133,000 square feet and I need 7 ounces per 1,000 square feet, that's 931 ounces divided by 128, 7.27 gallons. I'm going fast, I know, sorry. I would spray 2 gallons per minute with my 2 gallon per minute nozzle. I would do a bucket check. I would make sure that I would put my hose in my bucket and time it and get 2 gallons per minute. And then I would march off 1,000 square feet in my parking lot and then practice. One more time, 1.5 gallons per 1,000, 2 gallons per minute. What say you? We are putting a 2014 application product profile together, which will look something like this below for each product that we plan to use this season. I'm having trouble finding a product description for Grandivo and for Quick Green Mean 13. That's because the Quick Green 13 one just was born yesterday, finally. I don't know about the Grandivo one. I don't think we have an internal NTI spec sheet for Grandivo because we use theirs. There's got to be a Grandivo sheet somewhere. Scott? The Grandivo cell sheet's got to be around somewhere. I think it's got to be on, if not, we'll post it on due diligence. We have brand new spec sheets, cell sheets for every product. Why? Why, you ask? Because Maureen and Scott are very talented and real go-getters. Right, Maureen? Right, Scott? Yep. All of the product, every product has redone cell sheet, spec sheet type deal coming out, so you can plagiarize and do as much as you want, steal from as much as you possibly can. Another person had asked about Service Autopilot. By the way, all those sheets will be available on due diligence, and we'll put them in a file where you can get them. And Scott will also send them to you or something, or like send them priority mail or fax them. Scott, will you fax everybody those, please? Here's another one I got, another separate email. Help with pricing. Have yet to see the online resources. There's a suggested minimum price list on due diligence. I believe it's posted under white papers. If you need help figuring out your pricing, I'll help you. Scott can help you. Anybody can help you. But there's a suggested minimum price list on due diligence. I believe it's posted to the right under white papers. I know we haven't been prolific with pumping out new white papers recently, so that hasn't changed much, but it should be there. The suggested minimum price list is a minimum, and it's pretty low. It's as low as you want to go. Next, setting up contractor packages, both what deals I should offer and how, also the printed handouts folders to go with them. I've spoken with 2 companies. They want to talk with them. They're warm to meeting with me. One of them is large and dissatisfied with current subcontractor. That's the reason I brought that up is because this is something where you can get a fair amount of business while working with other lawn and landscape companies who subcontract their fertilization. All you got to do is call them up and ask them, talk to them, say, hey, can I'd like to talk to you. As far as printed handouts and that kind of thing, there are those templates on due diligence which kind of stink. I don't like them very much, and they're hard to work with. But you can talk to any printer or any designer who will pretty much design whatever you want for them, for you, as long as you give them the printing business. We've got a relationship with, I can't remember who it is. It's not snowing in New Hampshire today, Kevin. You are correct. It's raining. It sucks out. It's like foggy. Does anybody remember who the printing contractor is, the designer? Marian, can you hear me? She's across the office. I forget who it is because I can never freaking remember. I know who it is. I talk to them, and I can't remember who it is. Scott or Maureen will tell you who that printing contractor is with all of our logos and everything else, and they do pretty good. It's the sign company, the company that makes the signs, and I can't remember who it is. I have like input, Turf Sign, Jeff Britton coming through, thank you. Turf Signs, turfsigns.com. What's the guy's name, Jeff? I forget. Yes, you can get the product spec sheets ASAP. They are being finished this afternoon, and the initiative with John at Turf Signs. Thanks, Jeff. John at Turf Signs, turfsigns.com. Product spec sheets will be up any minute. They're not all the way done yet, not all of them, but any minute, Justin. We'll get them to you as soon as we can. The ones that count are done. The early ones, the Growth Activator Pro Plus, the Quick Green 13, 702, the ones that are important this time of year are done, and we can get them to you. I have neighbors that owe me favors and clients that work at Bates College, a significant and affluent college that could potentially be a large account. What do you think about developing a marketing strategy for them? Here's the marketing strategy. You just got to go in and talk to them. Ask Dave, who I saw on the call. Dave, who at this point has been dealing with the city of Scarborough on their organic program for a couple of years. And it's funny, you work your ass off to get the account, and once you get the account, you work your ass off trying to keep everybody happy. And that's one of the downfalls of having huge accounts. But it's worth it. You just got to go in there. Actually, Dave also has Bowdoin College. You go in and you talk to them. Just go in and talk to them, and then you put together a program based on what they want and based on what their budget is. Easy. Harvard, right? Same thing. Turf Signs, 855-887-3744 or sales@turfsigns.com. One more time, Turf Signs, 855-887-3744 or sales@turfsigns.com. The gentleman's name is John. Planning on setting up meetings in January into February with contractors, large property clients in February into March, and then the highest end residential neighborhoods in March into April. Any thoughts? Yeah, baby, that's exactly how you do it. Just follow that right along. But you've got to do it. You know how I start ranting about that? We all like talking about what we're going to do and how we're going to do it and what would be awesome, and I think I'm going to do this, and I'm going to do that, and then we don't do it. So you got to do it. Any questions on any of this? Let me see what's up here with some questions. Bill, this is interesting. Tom, you said Easy Pearl would run us about 43 cents per piece. They told me 55 cents because I wasn't going for 50,000 or more. Does this sound right to you? I have to finish this up with Easy Pearl this week. Yeah, it might sound right. I beat them up to get the 43 cents, and I told you last week it was actually 40 cents, but I told you 43 thinking that we wouldn't hit that minimum and it would go up to 43. We didn't hit any minimum. I wasn't able to get any of you guys to commit to doing anything early enough, so we just didn't get there. I guess that kind of goes back to the whole we talk about it, sounds good, this is what I'm going to do, and then we don't do it. We all do that. It's not, it's not just anybody in particular. But we took advantage of our numbers to beat them up on price a lot, and then we didn't order anything. So this is, if anybody is still looking to do the direct mail with Pearl campaign, you got to get together with everybody else. So let me know if somebody wants to do it, and I will hook you up with Bill Rosen, who is, what did you say? Oh, you didn't say how many you were going to do. Looks like there's a threshold at 50,000 for a certain price. If we can get a few people together to get up to that number, you can drive the price down. This is the thing with this kind of stuff, guys. You can't wait till the last minute to do it. These orders, we started talking about this back in November, because normally when you do a direct mail campaign like that, there's deadlines associated with, like now. Now is getting late because there's things that have to, there's printing and logistics and postage, and in order for it to be ready to go, you can't order it, a week before your drop date. It usually has to be done, at least 45 days before. So keep that in mind for next year. You're planning. How many times do you hear me just go crazy about planning and start screaming about it? This is why. We have to make sure that if there are certain things that you're going to do, you have to have them in place and committed to much earlier than now. So if anybody still wants to do that direct mail campaign, let's do. Let me get you together with Bill, and you guys can work out some pricing. I told them over there at what's the name of the company? The Pearl Company. Man, I got brain damage. I can't remember the name of the company. I told them that we weren't going to hit those minimums, and that each of our people who are interested would contact them individually, and it looks like some of you have. All right. Anything else? Let's move on to this jive. Nah, I don't need to save that. I know lots of you guys are using this, and for those of you who aren't, I would implore you to do it. And a lot of times we talk about how it's important to reduce your sales cycle. Everything we do, we talk about generating leads. The faster and more efficiently you can run those leads, the more sales you're going to make. The water heater analogy, your water heater explodes in your basement. You want somebody to service it. You call 4 people. One guy doesn't answer the phone. Another guy answers the phone and won't give you a quote until he comes out next week. Another guy answers the phone and says he'll be out in 3 days, but it's going to cost $50 to consult with it, and be out in 3 days. Another guy says, I can be out tonight. There's a $100 fee for me to come out, and I'm going to bill you at $65 an hour. Knowing that that one is going to be far more expensive than anything else, who do you choose for the water heater? The guy who's showing up tonight, every time, most of the time. Water heater is different than lawn care, but the point is that if you get your information to the person requesting the estimate as fast as you can, or faster than your competition, or even on demand, you will make way more sales. Way more sales. It will increase your closing percent astronomically. Way more. Dave Monson asks, who else has signed up through multi-view marketing? Good question, Dave. A bunch of people signed up for that. And Bill, I think in regards to them saying that they were busy, that's interesting. That might be because there's a big difference between your small order and the big order I was thinking of doing. But so I apologize if they were busy, too busy to work on something right away. But multi-view marketing, the remarketing thing, I know a lot of people signed up for it. That woman, Catherine, who was putting all the pressure on us, she was like a way high-pressure salesperson, and she turned me off on some of the things that she was doing. I was like, whoa, slow down, lady. But I really liked what they were talking about. Not surprisingly, she's no longer there. I think she planned on leaving the first of the year, and I think she was looking for some commission. That's why she was putting the hammer down. I even had to tell her to back off, like, just chill out. But I know that Stacy is still around, and I think a dozen of you at least signed up for this. Dave, is it something you're going to do, or you want to talk to somebody about it? I can, I don't know if you're still there or not, but I can, oh, you are doing, okay. You and a bunch of other people. So maybe I'll get a list out to those of you who are doing it, and you guys can work together on a couple of things. The landing page would be important. Yep, Bill too. I think Christy, I know there's a whole bunch of you. Why don't I hook you all up, and you can work together. That landing page is important. So let's use that landing page as an example. All right, using this deal here. Let me log in to my imaginary account. So let me show you again how this works and how something like the remarketing deal would work as well. So let's pretend, let's take it all the way. Go to weather.com. I'm surfing around. I'm a consumer right now. My name's Tom. I'm looking for, I'm checking the weather. And I'm thinking about hiring a lawn care service later on. Computer's going to crash on me again. Come on, baby, don't. Checking the weather. I'm checking the weather. Don't backfire on me, people. Oh, yes, here we wah, 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 wah. Come on now. This is remarketing right here. Nationwide Insurance. I'm going to pretend that says Wicked Awesome Lawn Care Company. So yesterday I was surfing around looking at lawn care programs. Now today I'm just checking the weather. And because of the remarketing program, there is an ad there for Dave's Lawn Care and BeeSafe. I go, oh man, what a coincidence. I was just thinking about that. I click on it. It brings me to a landing page about, it's not working. I'm going to click on that. It's going to bring me to a landing page. I'm going to jump out of here. It's going to bring me to my lawn care landing page. I'm going to submit my information, and on the other side, the person who is posting that ad gets an alert right away. Somebody wants an estimate. Tom Kelly wants an estimate. So, knowing that I want to get that estimate to them as soon as I possibly can, I'm going to go over here, and I'm going to skip a couple of things here. I know that I've uploaded my list already to the back end of my customer base. I have a marketing universe here. that I've uploaded. All this stuff we talked about over the last couple of months, I've followed through with it. I've uploaded my list. I know that Thomas Kelly is in my marketing universe. I'm going to search for him. Didn't come up. Kelly. I'm going to search for Kelly. Oh, here we go. I got Beth Kelly, Bob Kelly, Brian Kelly, Deborah Kelly, Kelly Bennett, Kelly D. Petrillo, Kelly Fody, Kelly Hodgson, Kelly Kilcrease, Kelly. Hey, look at that. Hey, this is the guy. 27 Dow Road, Mount Vernon. This matches the estimate I just got. Holy cow, I've actually done an estimate for them before. I already have a square footage. I've measured it. I know that this guy's lawn is 15,000 square feet. So I just got the estimate. I'm going to set request for estimate. I'm going to click through, use full program sale. Mark plus, estimate. Computer's going super slow. I'm not going to blind copy anybody. I know the system knows that the lawn is 15,000 square feet. The system already knows it's 15,000 square feet. I'd like to offer these two plans. I want to be able to pick and choose, bypass premiums, no additional discounts. I want them to be able to prepay online. I want them to prepay by check. We'll pay per application, and continue. Yes. Send. And it's sent. So within minutes of receiving that estimate, within minutes, within seconds, look, it just showed up. As fast as you can, you get an estimate as a result of your remarketing campaign. Somebody requested an estimate because they were at a site where your ad was posted. They clicked on it, put their information in. You've already uploaded your marketing database. And I've sent out an estimate within minutes. Right here, it just showed up. This is my personal email. I click on it. I view it. You get the gist. This is the outbound quote. So my estimate is $75 for this program, the pro plan, and $100 per application for my organic plan. Now, obviously, I did a lot of preparation in the back end of that in introducing, filling out my programs, my price lists, everything else. But that's why we just did all this. In the off season, we got everything set up and ready so that when we implement our marketing campaigns, we can act on it fast. I got an estimate. I sent it out immediately. What I would do is I would call right now. Say, hey, I just sent that estimate. Did you get it? Do you have any questions? I need my system set up to make sure this all happens. Okay? So no longer am I going out, driving to the house, leaving estimates, taking more than a couple days to do it. I just did it in less than, 3 minutes. That's how you do an outbound quote with this. What it does is it keeps track of it for you. So if you go to your outbound quotes here it is right here. It's green because I opened it. This is green. When the customer opens it, it turns green. If a customer doesn't open it, it doesn't turn green. It stays red. So as the provider of this estimate, I know that this guy who requested the estimate has received it and opened it and looked at it. And it's going to keep track of this all along. This is your marketing CRM. You've got your marketing universe. You've got your marketing sources that are generating leads. You've got a system in place to send those leads out, and you've got a system in place to have those leads followed up on. You will close so high. Your closing percentages will be so high when you're doing this, and you're reacting to estimates immediately and fast, and you've got a way to follow up on it. The outbound quote. Another, any questions on that? I know your minds are just blown. Yes, many of them already are, Christy. Yep. Not as many as I'd like, and I know I come off like a jerk sometimes because I start yelling like, just do it! If you do this, it will work. I know it will. All you got to do is do it. Take the time to just set it up and do it. But sometimes we don't. But many of them are. And yes, you can roll it. You can once you yes, Jeff. These two systems are not married. Service Autopilot and this system are not married, and I don't think they're going to be, because in a way, yes, you can do it with mowing too. You can set up any service you want. You can do literally, from fertilization to mowing to cleanup to any service you offer. You can set up to do this. Irrigation, anything. Snow plowing. There's a couple people doing it with snow plowing. The question is using this in Service Autopilot redundant? Depending on how the Service Autopilot estimating works, and I'm not familiar enough with it. It might be, it could be redundant. And somebody else asked, can you roll them together? You can. I always say that this tool is not the end-all be-all. It's a tool. It's not going to run your business. It's a tool to help run your business. It's a tool to help do estimates, and it's a help to keep track of estimates. It's a way for you to increase your closing percent. It's a way for you to take advantage of all the investments you're making in the other sources of marketing. We just did it. We did that make-believe scenario with the remarketing thing. But it's direct mail, it's telemarketing, it's door hanging, it's just the phone ringing. Hi, my name's Tom. My sister uses your service. Can I have an estimate? When can you come out? Oh, you don't have to come out. You can just send it right now? Oh, that's wicked awesome. So this is a tool, and one way you can make more sales and be more efficient with the way that you make sales. Thanks, Christy. I'm tired, too. Is it going to take over your entire business? No. Luke's doing crazy stuff. The kid's out of his mind. He actually just redid the whole inside so it'll look different. It does the same thing, but it's going to look different soon. He's got a system for you to send invoices. So for those of you who aren't using the CRM or aren't using Service Autopilot, he's got a way for you to bill people for the work you've done and all kinds of other stuff. The kid is just like, he just keeps going. So maybe someday this will be like Service Autopilot, but right now it's a tool. Hi, Dick. Everybody say hi to Dick. Everybody saying hi, Dick. Everybody, there are some other people saying not nice things, Dick. Okay, so that's the outbound way. They're laughing out there right now, too. Hold on. The inbound method to do estimates scares the bejesus out of most people, but I don't think it should scare you. Inbound estimating means that you generate leads and allow your customers to do their own estimate. And I just brought up a bunch of different ways to show you how that will work. Okay, are you ready? Okay, let's go. Dick, I know what you're thinking, and you better not. Don't do it. So here's Facebook. Get out of here. So what if you have your Facebook page, and it's funny because all of this is literally just made up with this company. One of these days I'm gonna do it. So you got a Facebook page. It is your company Facebook page. You can post on Facebook all of your followers right here. Did you know that Lawnmark Plus offers the BeeSafe Organic Lawn Care Program? Or did you know that Chachi's Lawn Care Service mows lawns? Or did you know that Joey's Mow and Blow does cleanups? Whatever you want. Click the link below to do your own estimate. Find out how affordable organic lawn care can be. Or When you do your own estimate, you save an additional 20%. Or when you do your own estimate, we'll do an ant, flea, and tick control treatment for free. Blah, 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 blah. The question is yes, all of these features are available for the $300 package. Yes. So you click on it. Now I'm a woman and I'm on Facebook, and I see that, and I'm like, yeah, I'd like to get an estimate for that. So I click on it. I enter my address. I say, let's begin. Lead capture pops up right away. First thing that happens is you have to type in your information so that as soon as you hit continue, you as the provider get this information. So now you've generated another person to put on your list. And you get notified of this. So it's going to bring you to the satellite version, satellite image of the house. This is my street. This is not my house. But I want to show you. This is my house right here. This is my land. And this is before I built my house. And this is my camper on my land. And I would sit there and think about lawn care. You can actually see me. It's an old picture, a couple years old. And if you look close, you can see a Bud Light can right here. I digress. For all the new people who are joining us for the first time, thanks. Sorry for being weird. You measure the lawn. The homeowner measures the lawn. I'm going to go really super fast because now I know I'm getting late. Measure the lawn. That's a big lawn, 47,000 square feet. Add to current, all done. Let's continue, okay. And it generates an estimate right here. It generates it. Sort of the same thing we just did, but based on the pricing and program information that you've uploaded and your discount and everything else, this just generated an estimate on Facebook at 1 in the afternoon without you doing anything. And many times people are like, I'm not allowing homeowners to do their own estimate. Well, why not? Because you can put in a terms and conditions. If they click through, if they don't click through, you've collected their information because of lead capture. If they do click through, you put in a terms and conditions that say, I'm going to change the price if the measurement's wrong. How about this? Go a little bit further. On Facebook, you can boost the post. So not just people who are your friends or who like your page, you can target people who you want to see this. I click on that, and I can target people of a certain age in a certain city. So everybody in Nashua, New Hampshire now, between the ages of, we're going to do 30 and 65. We'll see that ad. If you time this properly, when people are looking to generate, get estimates, man, you're gonna just, it's awesome. So all of a sudden now, for a fairly reasonable cost, you've got people doing their own estimates, filling out lead capture forms. No, it's not pay-per-click, Keith. But you could do pay-per-click. You could do the same thing. So let's just say it is sort of pay-per-click on this would be pay-per-click on Facebook, if that's what you're talking about. But you can do Google ads too, which we're going to have Seth on next week showing us how to do that and how it's going to set up. So what he's going to do is develop your campaign so that when somebody searches for lawn care, your ad's going to pop up. It's the same people. They're going to click on it, and it's going to bring them to your landing page with the ability to either do their own estimate or fill something out and ask for an estimate. And then you just do what we just did with the remarketing scenario. The goal is always to get that estimate in their hands as fast as you possibly can. This is terrible. I'm closing this. But the landing page is what it's all about. Okay, now there's lots of stuff typed in here. Too much. Hang on. What does the max budget refer to? So you can spend as much or as little as you want. So say you want to spend $100. You're going to reach somewhere between 6,300 and 17,000 people in Nashua on Facebook. This ad is going to show up in front of somewhere between that many people. Does that make sense? If you can add different cities, you can do whatever you want, and the more cities you add, the more possibilities you have. $400, you're going to reach everybody. For $400, you'll reach 24,000 of 24,000 people in Nashua. Get it? Same thing with Home Advisor. So if you're using Home Advisor and they send you a lead, all of your competition are going to print the lead, go out to the house. Yes, in that age bracket, Keith, yes. You get an estimate from Home Advisor, your competition are going out to the house. You're going to just do the estimate like we just did it the first time and have it in their hands immediately, and you're going to sell it right away. What else here? Right. I am wearing clothes. Thank you. And some other profane things. Okay. Another way you can do, a couple other ways you can do inbound leads. I set this up on Craigslist. Ready? Here come the Craigslist jokes. I post an ad on Craigslist under services. Little paragraph about what you do. You put your BeeSafe logo there, whatever you want. You put your link there, click on it. Same thing happens. Enter your address, do an estimate. There's another one. How about this one? You also just put it right on your website. Obviously, this is a $5 website. Put the widget right on the front of your website. You drive people to the website. Same thing happens, right? Same thing happens. What else we got here? Oh, the MailChimp thing. For those of you who've begun to build your email lists, I even tried this. I bought an email list from that company that I sent out the other day, and it worked. I sent the thing out for Christmas. I didn't think it was going to work. I didn't think that the emails would be delivered. I sent out 1,994 emails, 236 people opened, 13 people clicked through. The ad looked like this. Happy holidays. You need to get in the habit of engaging your list all the time. This was a total just like throw it out there, see what happens. So you design an email, you give them special offers, whatever, click the tree, guess where it goes? Yep. So there's so many different ways that you can use this deal. Where did my questions go? All right. Kevin, I did talk to Tatum at Porch, and they are going to think of ways to integrate that system. In the meantime, because you can put any link you want into your profile. For those of you guys who set up your Porch account, for those of you who didn't, you should because it's free. You can put whatever link you want on there. So if somebody finds you on Porch, they can click on the link, and guess what? It goes to here, to this, where they can put their address in. Any questions about this? This is a tool that would help you convert the investments that you're making in your existing lead sources. And I'm telling you that the faster you get estimates into people's hands, the more you're going to sell. It's basic. It's not rocket science. It's the broken water heater argument. If somebody wants an estimate, most of the time they're going to go with the first person to get back to them. Porch is couple people asking what Porch is. Porch is sort of like Home Advisor, but they're giving us a couple of benefits as a network. So it's a lot like Home Advisor, where people will come here to find contractors, set up a listing. Go to porch.com and follow the instructions, Dave, and then I will forward you the contact information for our representative, who's doing a couple things. It's a lot to talk about. That's why I'm stuttering over it right now. There's probably too much to go into. I've already been at it for an hour. But I'll forward you the information for it. Okay. Does anybody remember what the code was for this? Because I can't. The code that Luke gave us. Is it just BeeSafe? I forget. I think it's just BeeSafe. So if you wanna, if your account is expiring, I'll send it out again because I can't remember. No, from My Lawn Quote, not for Porch. Normally it's I forget. The day's getting long. So he gives it to us for half price, is what it comes down to. He's going to give it to us for half price. So you have to enter a code to get the half price discount. And I'm going to have to look because I forget what it was. And I'll send out another email. All right. Thanks, Christy. I'll wrap up, guys, now. It's 4 o'clock, and I've been talking at this computer for now 4 hours. But keep doing what you're doing. Stop yourself a couple times during the day. If what you're doing isn't getting you closer to your sales goal, do something different. If you don't have a sales goal, get your sales goal, figure it out. If you don't know what to do for a sales goal, call us, and we'll help you figure it out. Our webinars, Lawn Care in the 21st Century webinars that we're doing, we did the one last week. This week's is about organics. Next week's is all about marketing, so it'll be repetitive of all the things that we talked about. Again, those are recruitment webinars to bring, try to get the attention of lawn and landscape companies to bring them into the network. We're getting close to 100 locations, you guys. When we get there, you'll all be the first to know. We're in the 80s right now, but our goal is to get to 100 before spring starts, and when we get there, it's going to be awesome. So, yes, they are. Those webinars will be posted. I've recorded them. I haven't posted them anywhere yet. I'm going to post them on the BeeSafe dealer site. Probably not in due diligence, but I'll post them here because we want other potential dealers to see them. So where do I put them? I think I put them here. Under blog on the BeeSafe dealer site, I put the last one we did, or 2 times ago, I put it here, the Organically Grow Your Business to $1 million. That one was there. Here are the links for the other ones. I'll post the recording of it here too. Thank you, guys. Have a good afternoon. Enjoy the weather. All right. So long. Adios. So long. Farewell. I did you say good night?